and welcome to the second, well, under the name anyway, episode of Tom's Vlogitude. Now, what this one is about is, it's the kind of thing that everyone seems to be doing around this time. They're sort of doing their year in review kind of thing. And I think I should be no different, especially since this is a relatively life-changing year. So I need to talk about the things that have happened and why and such. So yeah, let's get into it. This year 2013 is one of those years where I've started doing new stuff, and it's new stuff that normally well, I'll be honest, when I was encouraged by Wayne of Let's Play Cat Gaming to go into YouTube recording, I genuinely thought, oh, I'll do this for 5 minutes and then I'll just stop. But I didn't actually see it coming to the point that this would be the year I'd reach 100 subs. Given that this YouTube channel has existed since 2006, before YouTube was part of Google and was being buggered by Google+. But I'll get on to that in a minute. Yeah, so this channel's been around since 2006, and some would say, why, well, that's ridiculous to only get to 100 subs from 2006 to 2013. What are you, some sort of fair weather person? No, I'm not. I didn't know what YouTube was when I set the account up. Everybody was on YouTube, same sort of way everybody was on MySpace, and look how that ended up. So yeah, I joined YouTube. I didn't know what to do with it and didn't know how to use it, which is a bit shit. But it's this year, 2013, when I've started doing the Let's Playing stuff. Tom's chat room has come out of that. I want to talk about that because that's being a big change in things. But I started this year is a bit of a bittersweet one, really, because I mean, I know there's a lot of good gone on in terms of getting YouTube started and that, but obviously it started out with me not doing a whole lot. Most years do, and I just started out. It was the middle of the year when I started doing YouTube. Within like 2 months of that, I got partnered with RPM, and Tom's chat room appeared. That was one of my first major series, and I know I haven't done a Tom's chat room in a while, but that's mostly on grounds that my Skype, I can't book anything long in advance with Tom's chat room because I don't know how long my Skype recorder is going to be functional. Skype ditching its API and all that sort of stuff, so I'm holding off on making anything official. The only thing I've got planned that is going to need Skype recording is I will be doing a YouTube post show for WWE Royal Rumble, providing the recorder still works in January 2014, and we'll do that. I'll be doing that with one of or both of Randy's Viper Girl and Taker's Soul Girl, but I'll get onto those two in a moment because those two have got a special pride of place area towards the end of this video. At least I hope they have. I haven't actually recorded yet because I'm just recording this. I've literally sat in front of the microphone. I just want to talk. I just want to talk to you guys for about 10 minutes. I hope you can spare 10 minutes. I might put my trailer over the top of some of this video, some of that, you know. But Tom's chat room came out of 2013. Tom's chat room, for those of you that don't know, is my reviews channel, my reviews show, my conversation channel, really. The idea of Tom's chat room, I've said this to people when I'm trying to book them to be guests on the show, is imagine you and I are sat in a pub, and we're just having a conversation about whatever the light hits us, really. And that's the idea of Tom's chat room. I did used to say it's like Piers Morgan's life stories, except I'm not going to try and make you cry. But I kind of don't want to be associated with anything that douche canoe does. So let's not do that. This is my pub show. But Tom's chat room, I had some fantastic guests on. I started out with some of the guys from TWS, Andy and Steve. I do very much appreciate those guys coming on the show and doing the show, you know. There was the multiple attempts and finally achieving it with MFX Duckman Sam Clark. So a thank you goes out to him and Syrian Trumps for coming on the chat room, being very informative, really friendly, especially Ian for literally giving me 30 minutes notice before we started recording the show. But I don't mind, honestly. But yeah, shout out also goes out to guests on the chat room, guests I should say. Big boon for me to get Hardy Tech Yo-Yo and the Pair of Exiles. I haven't spoken with those three people in particular, but it was a big boon for me to get people of that level of subscriber base and that level of, well, individual. Frankly, I'd like to at least believe in my heart, whether or not it's in theirs, that they are now friends. But who knows? But the two guests who were on Tom's chat room, and believe me, this isn't the first time they're getting mentioned. It's not the bloody last, I tell you. Big guests on the show they were, especially given that now one of them is actually a YouTuber herself and really hates what she does, and well, doesn't hate it, she likes doing it, but she doesn't think she's very good at it, whereas I think she's actually really good and she's got so much potential. You know, I mean, I'm only a small YouTuber myself, but I really think Take a Soul Girl can make something of this YouTube stuff. I mean, I never thought there was anything in it for me, and look at me, here I am, six and a bit months on, signed to a network. It might be a network that signs everyone, but I'm still signed to a network, and I feel that YouTube is coming along. So yeah, big thank yous go out to Take a Soul Girl and to Randy's Viper Girl. Was she John's country girl at the time? Or, I don't know, she was some sort of girl. I don't believe she was Barrett's English bloke or anything, but either way, yeah, big thank yous go out to those people for, those two girls for being on the show, and for, well, they're two of my biggest sort of followers on the YouTube channel. They watch and comment on the majority, if not all, of my videos, and that is a real big thing for me. You know, my mantra with the YouTube is to reply to as many comments as I can, all of them if I feel there's something I can say, and that is something that I feel I've done. So yeah, big thank yous go out to them for being on the chat room. Tom's chat room, I feel, was a very, at the time I was recording it, and I mean I will be recording it again, I feel it was a big, it was one of my favourite shows to make. It was one of the best series I did, and as long as I can get people on, I am still trying to get Lee Kenny, who is a journalist and a tutor at colleges and universities. I do want to get him onto the chat room to talk about his his extended career in media. I really do want to talk to him because it was one of my favourite things when I used to go to college at Warsaw College. One of my favourite things was to, as I call it, sit under the Lee Kenny learning tree and just listen to him talk and tell us stories and learn from him. You know, a lot of the lessons that I use today in my daily life have come from things that he has taught us. And of course, it was on that course, on that media course at that college, that I became the personality I am, given that primary school and secondary school was, as you can imagine, for a stupid fat idiot like myself, wasn't particularly fun, you know, unless you're wonderfully tanned with a penis the size of a continent. You're not exactly popular with the female demographic, I'm sure, so you guys understand. So yeah, back onto 2013. So Tom's chat room was a thing, and it was a good thing. And then obviously WWE 2K14 came out, and that became my primary means of gaming, and I think that's a good thing. I did enjoy the UFC stuff that I was doing, and I finished a couple of careers on that. The Brock Lesnar one was really short. The Chael Sonnen one got me loads and loads of views, including a few dicks saying, You conned me by the title. I thought it was gonna be like real UFC documentary. Ah, flame you. I hate you. No, I simply did what every YouTuber's been doing for well over a year now. I made my video look as good as I could. I was playing the game, and I feel it was good content. I enjoyed making it. It's a good game, and yeah, bollocks to you, frankly, is what I said at the time, and is what I say now. So yeah, on to something I did start and something that I'm sort of doing as a side thing, writing for fan fiction. That completely came out of my my growing friendship that I developed with two of my viewers. Mentioned for the third, if not fourth time at this point in the vlog. So another thank you goes out to Take a Soul Girl and Randy's Viper Girl. I always hesitate with that because her name's changed a couple of times and I don't want to insult her by getting her name wrong. Robin and Diana, there we go. At least I'm not going to get those wrong, am I? I do appreciate those two. You know, I started reading their written works and started making my own, and I feel that that's an awesome thing. I mean, I'm not that good. I mean, I failed English a couple of times, twice, but I feel that it's something that I do enjoy doing. It's something I do in my spare time, and just a thank you for being encouraging and helpful when it comes to writing that and lending me characters and also all manner of awesome things. Yeah, so 2013, to sum it up, a bittersweet year, you know. The YouTube stuff is really starting to go somewhere. I'm really pleased with how it's developing, and hopefully it continues in the year ahead. If I was to set a goal for 2014, which I'm gonna do it, I'd quite like, by the time I do my year in review for 2014, to double the subscribers on my channel from 105 to 210. I'd quite like to do that. I also think another thanks has to go out to every single one of you that has watched any one of my videos. Now, I know that's a lot of you, and I'm not going to name you all individually because we'd still be here in 2016 if I did that. So, just of a whole, thank you goes out to absolutely everyone. You've all been fantastic. And my final thanks, I feel, before I do my final, one more has to go out to my good friend Craig, who I reconnected with in this year. I sort of began conversing with and began playing GTA Online with, and I guarantee as soon as I can talk him round, he is coming on Tom's chat room as soon as I can force him to do it. I want him on the show. I've wanted him on the show for a while, and I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him for Tom's chat room, and that's that. So yeah, thank yous all round to everybody who's watching, and the final thank you has to go to the man who encouraged me to take the plunge and to start recording for YouTube, and that is of course the kind man Wayne from Let's Play Cat Gaming. Now, without you encouraging me and frankly without you forgiving me for and helping me to become a better human being, I still think I'd be the mess I was at the tail end of 2012 after all of that stuff went down regarding my vlogs being a bit offensive and people turning against me, and without you I would never have saw through people the way I did, who were talking about me behind my back. I very much appreciate every little interaction you and I have had all year, and I wish you the absolute best in your eventual wedding, which I damn right better be at. Got it? Anyway, this has been Tom's Vlogitude for 2013. I hope you'll stick around in 2014, because god damn it, unless I'm shot dead by the Mafia, I'll be there. So I'll see you guys in 2014. The irony of this is you're probably watching this in 2014. But either way, guys, 2013's been a decent year. And here's to 2014. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Same sort of way everybody was on MySpace, and look how that ended up. So yeah, I joined YouTube. I didn't know what to do with it and didn't know how to use it, which is a bit shit, but it's this year 2013 when I've started doing the Let's Playing stuff. Tom's chat room has come out of that. I want to talk about that because that's being a bit in a year in review kind of thing. And I think I should be no different, especially since this is a relatively life-changing year. So I need to talk about the things that have happened and why and such. So yeah, let's get into it. This year, 2013, is one of those years where I've started doing new stuff, and it's new stuff that normally, well, I'll be honest, when I was encouraged by Wayne of Let's Play Cat Gaming to go into YouTube recording, I genuinely thought, oh, I'll do this for 5 minutes and then I'll just stop. But I didn't actually see it coming to the point that this would be the year I'd reach 100 subs. Given that this YouTube channel has existed since 2006, before YouTube was part of Google and was being buggered by Google+. But I'll get on to that in a minute. Yeah, so this channel's been around since 2006, and some would say, why, well, that's ridiculous, to only get to 100 subs from 2006 to 2013. What are you, some sort of fair weather person? No, I'm not. I didn't know what YouTube was when I set the account up. Everybody was on YouTube. Everybody, and welcome to the second, well, under the name anyway, episode of Tom's Vlogitude. Now, what this one is about is, it's the kind of thing that everyone seems to be doing around this time. They're sort of